He runs out, I shout a challenge, I tell the person to stop doing what they're doing. If they don't stop doing what we've asked them to do, and they're being aggressive, or they've got a weapon, or they're running away from us after committing an offence, then we have the power to send the police dog to detain that person. And as you can see, the dog will not release until I command it to. Okay, what we're going to do now is something called a standoff. Now this is one of the most difficult disciplines we teach the dog to perform. And the reason why that is because Deb's is going to send the police dog to chase the criminal who's running away. The criminal is going to stop running, stand still. The police dog will then change its mind from biting the person to just sitting and barking at them. I'll come and stand by you, Deb, because he's targeting me.
All right.
Go.
So these dogs are trained with a standoff, even though they're sent to bite. I usually put a sleeve on for this. This could go wrong, but I'm not going to bother with a sleeve. As you can see, he comes in, he keeps a safe distance in case I wanted to try and kick the dog, so he keeps himself safe. If I did try to attack the dog would self-deploy and come on and bite me. Okay, we're going to do a standoff with a little bit of a difference now. We did this yesterday in practice and we broke the windscreen in the car. I don't know who that policeman was that went on it. A bit big for that sort of thing, I think. Yeah, you can listen. Okay, so PC Rich Hunt's going to do this one for us. And taller. Okay, so we've got PC Ford with Police Dog Ella. Just going to focus on the dog. So this is a standoff. No matter where the criminals run to, the dogs will go over fences, wherever they can to get to the criminal, to get the bite or get the standoff. And this is something Ella does. So Rich decides he's going to hide on top of the car. No good for Ella, yeah? So there she is, standing off at the top of there. Big round of applause for Ella. Come back to there. Hey up, PC Hunt thinks he's going to get away now. He's in the car. Oh, he's got a gun. I think he's got a gun somewhere. Couple of shots. You better put the window down, Rich. That would have been funny, wouldn't it? And there she goes. And she's on in. She's got a good firm bite on Rich now, who's dragging himself out, if he can get out. And on the floor. Okay, big round of applause for Ella and PC Ford. So you can see from that, the dogs are full on. They want to get to the source and get a bite at the end of it. And they're quite willing to do anything they go after. Even though they are trained right arm through, if people are going over fences and they've left a trailing leg, that's all the dogs can get. They will take that as well to hold on to them. And it does hurt, trust me.
Yes. No, not quite. I did a bit.
Okay, am I back on? Well done, Phil, you didn't do bad for somebody from the forest. Right, we're going to get some of our drugs dogs out now. Now, over the years, you've probably seen some of the drugs dogs we brought in have searched various things like washing machines, chairs. We've tried to replicate a house, which is pretty difficult in Gloucester Park. But lots of people come up to us and they ask us, how do we train a drugs dog? How do they know what to find? How do we start training them? So what we're going to do is we're just going to briefly give you a little insight in how we get a fresh dog that's never done any police work, and we're going to show you how we start them off finding drugs, cash and guns. Now the proactive drug dogs that we use, you'll see we'll use lots of different breeds. We've got Springers, we've got Staffies, we've got Labs, we've got Collies, we've got Crosses. As long as they've got a real drive to search and to want to work, then we can usually make a good search dog out of them. So what we do, in front of the fences, you'll see that we've got numerous breeze blocks. You want to go on that one, Debs? So what we've got breeze blocks. The breeze blocks are the empty ones, they've got the holes. So we've got a young dog, never searched for drugs in his life. What we do is we get a tennis ball. So Sella's searching, she's searching one of the blocks and she's freezing on a block. She's got a nose on it and she's freezing. Excellent. Same with Holly, block number 2. Can you see the freeze? There's something in that block that we've put in there. And the way we get that passive indication is that they stay there and then they wait for a ball to come in as a reward. We start them off, what we do is we get their tennis ball, we get their favourite toy, we put it into one of the blocks. The other blocks are empty. The dogs will go along the line and they will search until they find their tennis ball. When they find their tennis ball, they'll stop and they'll freeze and they'll think, my tennis ball's in there, how can I get it out? It's at that point that we throw a tennis ball in as a reward. And you see with Stella, she's freezing on the block, she's waiting for her reward. The reason why we teach a passive indication is because we don't want the dogs to touch the drugs or to eat it. Obviously it's going to be dangerous for the dogs and make them very ill. So as you can see, Holly's freezing on the block there. And then in comes her ball, under the fence and out. And that is a simple, effective way of how we train the police dogs, the drugs dogs. That's how we start them off. It's just a simple, effective method. It teaches them to search because they have to search each block. It teaches the freeze because they can't get to what's inside it, so they stop and freeze. And it enables us to keep introducing new substances. So there's lots of substances that the dogs are trained to find. They're trained to find cocaine, crack cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, methadone, ketamine, cannabis, cash, guns and ammunition. So all we do in training is we just take something out of the block and we just put a new substance in. And the dogs are trained to find it because they associate that smell with the tennis ball reward. And that's just a simple, effective way of how we train the police dogs. You can all do it. You can all go home and buy breeze blocks and train your dogs to find things. Hopefully not drugs and guns, but you can train them to find Marmite. You can train them to find anything you want. Just put it in a block and reward when they find it. So let's have a big round of applause for Holly and Stella. Okay, what we're going to do now is every dog handler in Gloucestershire, there's currently 12 of us, we all carry a thing called a taser. Now a taser is an electric gun that fires out 50,000 volts of electricity, and when it hits the body it disrupts the muscles and makes the person fall to the floor. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little demonstration of an angry person, somebody who's going to get tasered. And we're also going to use one of the children who's part of Great Expectations, and he's going to help me deploy Ace to try and bite the one baddie that tries to run away. So let's see how we get on.
Taser what they do to eyes?
No, that's pepper spray.
We're going to use Ace again on this demonstration.
You'll soon see.
Ace is going to do a few bites today, as it's his last one. We're going to make the most of it.
Oh, bless him. Ace. What a nice name, Ace.
The taser will make a noise, but it's not going to be a loud noise that's you're going to have to put your fingers in your ears. It's not going to be like a gun. So here we go, we've got police car coming in. We've got a couple of baddies who have just committed a burglary. Right, we're going to get the police dog out, Rory, okay? And what I want you to do, I want you to shout, police officer with a dog, stand still. Okay, shout really loud, Police,
Dog, stand still!
police officer with a dog, stand still! Hold him. Come on, Rory, we need to go and make an arrest. Okay, Rory, tell him to put the stick down.
Put the stick down!
Rory, come here. Tell him to stand still.
Stand still!
Ace, leave. Okay, Rory, you need to go in there and you need to make an arrest. You need to say you're under arrest. Well done, Rory. Let's have a big round of applause for Rory. Our police dog in the making. Police dog handler. Well done, Rory. Did you enjoy that? Excellent. Okay, Rory, you follow me. We're going to go out the arena. Let's have a big round of applause for Rory again. Well done, Rory. Excellent work. Well done, Rory. Okay, what we're going to do now is the new police vehicles that we've got. Thanks to the thank you to the PCC for providing us with all these our new fleet of vehicles. But inside the vehicle we've actually got a hatch. Don't you dare smash my door off, Simon. Inside the vehicle we have a hatch. We have a button on the dashboard. If we press the button, the hatch automatically drops down and it allows us to deploy with the police dog out the front of the vehicle, thus cutting down on time. So if we're in a pursuit situation, we're able to stop, hit the button, dogs will come out of the driver's seat with the handler. It saves us having to run round to the back of the car, opening up the boot and getting the dog on the lead. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a small little pursuit around the arena, and then hopefully we're going to have police dog Quest deploy from the vehicle and bite the criminal. Let's have a big round of applause for Quest. So as you can see, it cuts down our time. We're able to deploy. We're able to deploy quickly and apprehend the offender who's running away. Okay, right, what we're going to do now is we're really pushing the boundaries now. We've never done this until yesterday. We had practice. But what we're going to do is we're going to try a double hand dog attack on one person. So we're going to send the dog to take out Phil from that side, and then Ace is going to come from this side. Now, as you can imagine, this could cause us all sorts of problems. Ace, Ace. Wants to get in the car. Ace, that's not your car. Ace, come.